Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, Curly Q Scrapper. My name is Jenny, and today I am bringing you something that if you caught my last video, know that this is going to be my process video working with what I have remaining from this Echo Park Jack and Jill collection. This is the first layout. I've played with this collection before, but it's been some time since I last worked with it. I'm going to link the kit video where I kind of show you what I still had in the stash. But it's an Echo Park collection back from 2015. So here what you see is I'm actually I know for sure that a couple of these papers in the collection I know I won't use them, the entire sheets. So I'm using this one I'm gutting it, but I'm going to use it to frame that white piece of paper so that I will have it in my stash whether or not I use it using this collection and using some scraps. I don't know as of when I'm creating this. I know now, but you'll have to stay tuned for that one. But here you see me, I'm just making just a quick frame with, I fast forwarded. I like to keep whatever I got with that paper in case I want to back my photos or map my photos. So here I'm doing the exact same thing with this paper. It's a beautiful navy, but I know that I will not use it for the airplanes. So I'm going to make full use of the fact that it's a beautiful navy border, and I'm going to back that. It looks like a piece of white cardstock, but it's actually more like a grid paper. So I'm going to go ahead, and I know for sure that I won't use these for the full layout. So I'm just kind of getting these out of the way. And they'll be waiting for me should I choose to use them with this collection or with another collection that I may be able to tie in these colors. So fast forward and it's done. So now you're going to see these are this is the first. I'm selecting which page kit, and I'm going to be working with this wood green and this light blue and those other 3 pieces of scraps. I consider backing the whole thing on white, which actually looks pretty good. But I know for sure I'm going to use this strip. Oh, I think I was thinking I wanted to trim off just a little piece of this. I'm struggling with this. I don't know if it's just me, my luck with trimmers. Sometimes I still like measure in even brand new pieces of paper, and I was like, why isn't this like a straight line? I don't know. Do you guys come across that as well? I don't know. But anyway, so I'm trimming off just a little bit off both of these orange pieces of paper. I am going to trim, if I haven't, no, I think I already did that, that colorful piece of paper. And I'm sorry you can see like the leaves, the shadow of the leaves coming in. I am so used to like my workspace that I don't even see that most days. So sorry if it's bothering you. So here I'm using that wood grain piece of paper that came in the paper collection. These other pattern papers were scraps also in the collection. So here I'm just fishtailing the end there, and oh no, I haven't trimmed down that colorful piece of paper yet. That's coming up. I am going to trim that down. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to also fishtail. You see, I'm kind of just winging this. I just kind of eye the middle, make a slit up the middle, and then go in from each of the sides into the middle, but making sure that you're not going too far over. And that's the easiest way for me to make the fishtails. Some people like to just fold. I'm not a big fan of the folding because I don't like to see the crease in the paper, but that's just me. It's just a matter of preference. The other way I also do it is with my hexagon punch. If the strip of paper is small enough, I will just insert it in the hexagon punch and will use it to fishtail my papers. So now I have all of my scraps there, and I'm gonna start. I put it too close to the edge there, the adhesive, and so I'm just kind of wiping it down. But here I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start gluing everything down where I want it, and then I can go ahead and start centering things on the larger piece of paper. So for this particular layout, I am using almost everything from the kit. The only thing I will bring in are some enamel dots. I'll bring in some photo corners, which you see on top of my photo there. And I will bring in some crochet thread for one of the, either the stickers or the die cuts. That's a tag. But a great suggestion I wanted to make to you guys was about these photo corners. If you ever purchase white ones or off-white ones, you can purchase colored ones as well. I find that the whites for me are a little bit more versatile because I do have inks in my stash, and so it's something that I can ink those photo corners to match my layout with the inks that I have in my stash. So this is exactly what I've done. I've done it off camera in advance because it can get a little messy. I just grabbed a scrap piece of paper from my recycling bin, just used the back of it, and just went to town inking. You know, I just basically just flipped the ink pad on, you know, facing down, and just put it on the photo tabs, and they seem to work pretty well. Right now, I'm just going through the die cuts and just seeing what I can bring in here. There might be one or two things I believe I pick from here. Not so much for the, to kind of ground my, what would I call it? My clusters, that's the word. But not so much from the die cuts anyway, for titles and things like that. The sticker sheets will help me with some of that. So yes, getting back to the photo corners, if you do have those in your stash, know that you can alter them. You can change them up. They're like I said, they're a little bit more versatile if you do have inks in your stash, and you have the photo corners that are in white or off-white, and in case you've never thought of that, it's a great way to stretch your supplies. So here I'm just looking through the sticker sheets that I have for this collection. It's probably, I don't know how many more I have in my stash that have the 2 sticker sheets. Man, those were the days. So here I am just, these photo corners are adhesive back, so I want to just play around with them for a second because it's been a little while since I played with them, to see whether or not I have to slip them on before I adhere the photo, or if I can do it once the photo is secured on the layout. So I'm choosing to secure the photo first. And I'm kind of just eyeing placement to be right in the center. And then I can go ahead with inserting the photo corners. I find that they are very versatile in the sense that they don't lose their adhesive back. At least these don't. They're really great, and I have that one left over. Not a problem. So I just love the pop of color that gives it. And so now I'm going to start trying to figure out. I took that title, Be Awesome, from the sticker sheet, and I'm going to add I'm trying to look for placement, but I'm going to also start to add things at the base of my cluster. So I know I definitely, God, I hope I skipped some of this. I'm just putting it on some foam dots. These are my favorite foam dots, and these are from Stampin' Up. And I use the heck out of them. I even use the outside perimeter. Those tend to be the first things that I use. Okay, thank goodness. I did fast forward a bit. And that's not where the title is going to go, but it looks like I'm starting to work on my clusters. I'm just trying to use the die cuts that I have to see where things might work. And that's where the title does end up going. And then I was like, yes, yes, you know, little small victories when things start kind of falling into place. I'm going to keep this relatively simple, but I know for sure that I'm going to need to add a few more things to make the clusters hardy enough, but I want to make sure that I'm using things in the collection first. So I know I want a camera, but I don't want a light blue camera. So these are some of the things that I'm thinking, and it's really big on top of it. So I know I definitely don't want that size. So I do have this scrap piece. Hey guys, so I'm having to re-record this section, but here I am just letting you know that I have gone ahead and I am fussy cutting these cameras. I think I end up fussy cutting a couple of them from this scrap piece of paper. And I am going to be trying to use those cameras in my clusters. You'll see them in the next few minutes here. Me starting to put some of the clusters. So I'm not 100% sure where the audio cut off or why. Neither here nor there. So excuse me if I do end up repeating myself. I do fast forward this to begin to start my cluster here at the top, and it is where I am going to anchor my title, which is Be Awesome. It is from the sticker sheet. I'm going to do one right there on the bottom right hand side of the photo, and I'm going to do one where that colorful paper meets the orange and the kind of the L-shaped. And here I'm just taking some crochet thread that that I'm using on that, just the top piece of the tag, and I don't even use the full tag. I'm just using the pop of color there of the orange, and I'm just gonna adhere it to this little flag, and I'm gonna proceed to tuck both of those. And I do love to use crochet thread. That's usually my go-to for my tags. But I also use twine, and every once in a while I'll use some embroidery thread, but for the most part I do try to use the crochet thread. I have purchased both of them. One that's more like an off-white, the other one is more like a true white, which is the one I'm using today. And I have found them at my local craft store. They're fairly inexpensive for the roll, and I've also found them at Walmart in like the craft area at Walmart. So a little bit goes a long way. So I've had those rolls for several years, and they're still going strong. And here I'm just working on that bottom cluster. And I'm going to end up adding, I think I'm going to end up fast forwarding this a little bit maybe. But I'm going to pop up that other camera that I have fussy cut, and I'm going to put it as part of that that bottom left-hand cluster there. And then I am going to be taking a look at what is left on the sticker sheets. I'll do that in just a little bit, because I want to try to use up as much of the elements that I can that kind of go along with my photo and go along with the colors that I'm using. So I am going to pull a stickers that says brothers that fits right in line with the photo. And I am going to pull another one that's like a text one, but I don't end up liking how it looks, so I end up putting it back. But I am going to pull these color bits here, and they're just colorful stars. I think I end up pulling perhaps one more. Oh, this is where I'm going to just audition that little text word sticker, and yeah, no, I don't like how that looks. And then I will finish off the layout with some enamel dots from my stash. And yeah, I absolutely love the simplicity of this. It just, sometimes it amazes me what how far I'm able to stretch my scraps. Yeah, and that's it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I sure hope that you'll come back soon and see what I create with this collection. Bye.